Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top and we're going to bring others with us. So let's get it popping. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac Season 4, Episode 14. It's going down. What is going on with Monique? Like, OMG, she's really not feeling Candice at all. Candice is on her bucket list. Since Candice, spoke about Monique and said that she said that Amistad comment about Katie, Monique has not been feeling Candice at all, like point blank period, and she don't care. Who knows? I was like, damn, Monique, you can still disagree with Candice and not basically seem like it's you're choosing side when it comes to Ashley, or you're defending Ashley, because Ashley really drove you up the wall last season. I mean, she was wiping the walls with you. But I understand you feeling a certain type of way about Ashley because you guys have celebrated the same thing or went through the same thing at the rainbow party. I totally get that, totally understand it, but like, you doing way too much. Ain't nobody caping for nobody as much as you caping for Ashley. Ashley's going through some things too, because her father turned around and didn't want nothing to do with her, slammed the door, locked the door right in front of her face. I was like, OMG. And I think Robyn is feeling a certain type of way because this is, Gizelle threw, Robyn under the bus over there at Candice's party when Robyn didn't want to say anything about Michael actually wanting to give fellatio to somebody's husband. We believe the husband is none other than Juan. But she didn't want to say anything about it. Like, she didn't want that to be a big issue or a big deal. You know what I'm saying? She didn't really want to say anything. And Gizelle forced her to say something, and just really threw her under the bus like it was nobody's business. Like, come on, Robyn, get to it. And, Robyn felt a certain type of way, so she spoke to, Gizelle about the situation, how she felt. Like, basically, what you did was wrong. And then Gizelle apologized for it. But then at the same time, and between time, Robyn is trying to sell this house. And even though the house is in a bad neighborhood in the whole 9 yards, and she's been working on this house longer than she expected to, so she's trying to get some money. She bring the ladies. But what did Robyn think was going to happen? Robyn did warn Gizelle not to go after the pregnant lady. And Gizelle did it anyway. I was like, Robyn is feeling a certain type of way. She's feeling like sabotage. And she's feeling like, Gizelle's all about herself this season. And she's going to get all types of moments. If it's with Robyn, if it's with Ashley, if it's with Karen, and if it's with Candice, she's going to get a moment. And she's going to be basically, putting everybody's feet to the fire to say something, to create something to happen, because she was like, I ain't got shit going on, I ain't dating nobody, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, my shit is already in Target, I'm building my house, I know you guys don't really care, I'm showing you about my kids, and that's cute and fine and dandy, but I know you want drama, so I'm gonna give it to you. So I was like, And it was nice to see Karen, remember her parents, and she bring her sister with her too as well. That was real nice to see. But here we go. Let's get it popping. So Ashley goes to see her father with Uncle Jim and Auntie, somebody, and her mother. And basically they had to cut off the cameras. They couldn't even record. And it was because in Georgia, you can't do that, baby. Not at all. And basically Uncle Jim was like, we need to get up out of here. Let's get off his property, because Uncle Jim was like, he can pull a trigger. Anything could happen. And also, Uncle Jim was like, we should have never been here. We should have never went to this situation. And, Ashley, she's crying. She wanted closure. It's not the closure that she wanted. She was like, he slammed the door in my face and he locked it. He turned off the lights. Like, this is so terrible. Jim was like, I told you, don't waste your time. I know what type of man he is. But you know what? Ashley would probably be in a different situation if she had her father's there and her father's support, because it looks like her father lives in a nice neighborhood. Looks like he lives in a big ass house that at least got 3 bathrooms, or at least 2.5 bathrooms, or whatever the case may be. A big old driveway, and maybe it'll help Ashley, and she probably wouldn't end up with Michael, even though she loves Michael. But she says Michael's like her father figure, and basically she has abandonment issues, and she thinks that she has to do everything Michael tells her to do and please him and make him happy, or he's going to abandon her, because she was abandoned by her father, she was abandoned by her mother for a little period of time. So she's going through the motions or whatever. Her father looked like he got some coin, some chain. He could have put her through college, baby, or he could have helped her after she graduated from college. I think Ashley went to to college, I'm not sure, supported her, she'll have more confidence and more self-esteem. But she is suffering from her childhood is affecting her adulthood. But she said this situation has made her stronger, and she's gonna move forward like it ain't nobody's business. Uncle Jim was like, I told you he ain't no good. I told you don't waste your time. You don't have to go through this. You don't have to feel this way. He was like, let's get off his property now. Let's go. He was like, cause he knows what's up in Texas. He was like, them rifles are gonna start click clacking, baby. I was like, And then we got none other than, Giselle and Robyn. Robyn wants to start a truck business, basically bringing materials, to different houses and locations that she might be buying and purchasing. And I know a person that actually brought their own, 18-wheeler truck or whatever, and they make good money too as well. But it's a lot of driving on the road, a lot. And she's actually a female too as well. And so Robyn is driving an automatic. She's not driving the stick shift. So this is like the new modern day truck. This truck is 100. Most tractor trailer trucks or whatever truck that Robyn wants to get is like 150. But this truck right here is 250 grand because it's automatic. It's easy. It's comfortable. It's cozy. You up high on the road or whatever the case may be. But also Robyn told Giselle, please don't start no drama at the party with the pregnant lady. When somebody tells you that, come on, you got to listen. She knows that like you're going for it. And Robyn's just like, yo, for real, like, I know you hate Monique right now. She's on your shit list, but yo, chill out, because she knows that, Giselle is, she's pulling for straws, and basically she's going to pull the straws from the lady. She's going to see what they got in their bag. What are they hatching? Because if she can't hatch one, she's going to hatch it in your bag, and she's going to take it from you in your nest or whatever you got going on. So I was just like, OMG. And actually, Robyn even warned her and asked her nicely. It's not like something just happened. It's not just like, Giselle was in her feelings or whatever. She was warned not to, do this, but she did. And Robyn is feeling like the friendship is mostly on her side, being loyal, being faithful, and not, and just being real. Like, I think, Robyn's feeling a certain type of way that Giselle's not really respecting her at all. So Giselle was thinking about, I ain't gonna bother her. So she's warned right here not to mess with Monique. Leave Monique alone, let her be, but Giselle was like, nah, it ain't going down this way. So it was nice to see, and actually, going back to this picture right here, Giselle was also making fun of, Karen, basically saying, oh, listen, Robyn is doing a damn thing. She's doing real estate. Now she's trying to get a truck. She's doing actions. And basically, Robyn was like, I'm in the discovery phase. And then Giselle was like, oh, you know who's been in the discovery phase forever? None other than Karen. So she's throwing shade at Karen for no reason. Karen ain't even here. Karen ain't even around. But she was like, she's in the discovery phase, and she's been there for a long time. We haven't smelled no fragrance. I was just like, you are too much. And so then we have none other than, Karen. She's with her sister, and she's letting balloons go. She's doing some type of rituals with the Bible and with, the funeral attire or whatever, pamphlet, the funeral pamphlet, I think it's like, I think it's maybe the, I forgot what they used to call that. But whatever the case may be, the pamphlet that she's put in the book that has, Bible quotes on it, probably have, the orientation of what was going to go down at the mother or the father's funeral. But basically, Karen is one to let everybody know that her sister held it down. Her sister took care of mama and daddy, and Karen was able to live her life and be wealthy and have a good time or whatever the case may be, because her sister was sitting at home taking care of the parents. So we know who got the backbone out of the backbone. And so basically you have, Karen talking about she was the favorite, she's daddy girl, it is what it is. So we have that situation. Then we have none other than the three ladies out with the white fur and black fur on. I hope it's not real, because what about our animals? So we have this situation. We have Candice, her sister, and her mother. They basically is having a good time. They basically, drinking wine, but the mother's still kind of shady too as well. Baby sister is from the mom's husband right now. And, Candice is like, it was just me and my mom for 2 years. For 10 years, whatever the case may be. So Candice is basically saying she became codependent on her mother. Her mother came codependent on her. So her mother wanted her to be a bad one, a baddie, and basically have everything she needs and wants wants and go to school and actually have a trust fund too as well. So, Miss Dorothy, she did her thing for her daughters. Her daughters are living wealthy. They're living good. Candice got a trust fund. Her other daughter got a trust fund. She made sure her daughter had a magnificent wedding too as well. She makes sure her daughter's taken care of. But only thing is, there's a lot of mental issues that's going on because the mother kind of lives through the daughter and basically haven't let the daughter have her own independence. And she's always being very negative. And, she's reading her all the time. Because basically, Candice was like, I gained a little bit of weight. She was like, Candice was like, I busted my pants. I'm getting thick. And mom was like, oh, so you put on weight? And the sister was like, mom, she's just getting thick. She's just filling out more. Basically, and the daughter was like, the other sister was like, oh. And mom was just basically, mom's always right. The kids ain't always right. They got to be respect for the parents. The daughter was like, but the parents got to respect the kids too as well. Mom was like, I don't need therapy. I'm only going to therapy for Candice because she need therapy, something to help her. Basically, I think the mom wanted to say, I'm only going to therapy with Candice because we filming this shit and I got to look like the bad guy because Candice need more of a storyline. But her storyline's already lit when it comes to Ashley and, Monique. Monique is out here showing Texas and all types of stuff. Like, what's really going on? Like, for real? And so mom was like, I'm already found myself. I already lived my life. I'm grown. And basically, and the mom was like, you daughters got to continue to live your life. You at the learning stage. And yes, they are. But if you're still living, you're always learning. You're always moving forward. You never stay in a place where you don't have no more growth. And then the mama changed it up and was like, I got growth too. But the mom was right. They are young adults. And basically, this is their learning time. This is their teaching. This is their classroom time to sit down and learn something, as well as experience life too as well. But the mom, she be throwing shade at Candice like it's nobody business. Like Candice is her husband, baby. Maybe she was for the years that mom was single. So we have none other than Karen, basically with her friend doing her fragrance line. She got the bottle and Blase the third, whatever the case may be. So basically she's throwing, Giselle threw a shot at her since she ain't doing her fragrance, and she's on the camera now talking about, here's the bottle, it's gonna be in stores, you gonna get it. And then we have Ashley actually telling Michael what the situation was, with the father. And basically Michael didn't have his father either too as well. Her father is just a donor. Like, he just don't want nothing to do with Ashley at all. I don't know what's going on with that whole relationship, why he doesn't want Ashley. Is he embarrassed because he was with Ashley's mother? Is he embarrassed because he has a half black child and he's different now? And how can you just drop off your seed and never want nothing from them, don't even want to talk to him? At all. I can understand him not being wanted to be filmed at all, but for him not to even want to know his daughter when she's trying to reach out to him, it's not like she's asking for money, but he don't want to deal with the emotional baggage that he created when he left Ashley out there to dry and survive on her own, and he don't want to face, and he'll want people to know who he is. But we know who you are, baby. You just wait. So it's so low down and dirty. And, Ashley's going through a lot because she's going through the situation with Michael being accused of this or that. But he's, nothing has stuck to him. But it's basically still a dark cloud over Michael, basically, whether his sexuality is he bisexual, and does Ashley know? Is she a part of it? Or she doesn't know and she thinks she's actually with a heterosexual man? It is what it is. Or is the question that she doesn't care what Michael does because, he has created a lifestyle for her, and then after a few years that prenup is going to double and increase. It all depends, but you have to also look at Ashley's mental aspect of being abandoned and feeling like she's never been loved and doing everything to please people because she doesn't want to be abandoned. So it is what it is. Like, she don't want to say no to anybody, that like Michael, like her mom or whatever, because she doesn't want to feel the rejection or whatever it is when it comes to people in her family. Over here, we get shady. We got the lady that staged the house right there with the red lipstick on, talking about it was scary. Some of these nights, it was terrifying over here. The realtor that's helping, Robyn, he's like, yeah, this is a real bad neighborhood. You got Karen talking about she was outside and somebody offered her some ganja. Baby, they offer her some ganja. So basically, we know this is a bad neighborhood, but the house looked nice, the staging looked nice, the paint on the wall, the cabinets, everything complement each other. It looks nice. It's a nice house. It's a nice starter home too as well. It's a nice home, period. That you don't have to live around people and have neighbors where you can just come and go as you please and shit like that. For real, for real. Peace and quiet and enjoying your freedom when you're at home and enjoying your kingdom without other outsiders interfering is a blessing. For real, for real. So moving on from that, we have Robyn and we have Ashley. They're having a conversation and Robyn's just being deep with, Ashley's actually being deep, and she's actually opening up to Robyn and telling her the horrible situation with her father. Robyn said, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. You're a great person. You have done a lot, and just keep moving. She's going through some things. And, for Ashley to open up to Robyn is because she wants Robyn to soften her heart towards her, because Robyn was on Michael's neck and basically talking all types of shit about Michael in the situation where Michael had to call, Juan and tell Juan, like, yo, could you tell Robyn to back off? Even last episode, we had Michael talking about Robyn shouldn't have been like that towards you. I thought she was our friend. But, Ashley was like, look, girl, I'm going through shit. I'm going through hell and back. Look what I'm going through. So I think, Ashley's looking for some consolement. She's looking to be consoled. She's looking for Robyn to make sure she take the heat off of her and don't bring up the Michael situation too as well. I don't blame her because it's public humiliation, especially for her it is. But for the cameraman, we don't know what actually happened. If he lost his job, he's not working, and he's struggling to get a paycheck. If he's been blackballed because he actually stepped up and said something happened to him, or whatever the case may be, because it's he said, she said, the case was thrown out of court, so we don't know what happened to the cameraman or what went on, but we know all the other ladies, like especially Monique and Karen, was like, he was an awesome camera guy, he was a good man. And it was like, yeah, it's so bad that he has to fend for himself or something like that. And even Giselle was saying he was a good cameraman. So moving on from that, then none other than herself, Giselle, she walks in the door, and then Monique tried to give her a hug, and she says, Monique, don't you be trying to hug me and be fake. You talking all this crap about me, saying that you don't think me and Robyn are your friends or whatever. You see Robyn over there looking at Giselle like, what are you doing? She got a smile on her face. She's trying to sell a house. She got people here. She was like, damn, you guys can't act dignified for a second. I'm trying to get some cheddar here. I'm the one that's living in this little ass townhouse. I don't got nobody. I don't got a trust fund like Candice got a trust fund. I ain't living in Great Falls like Karen. Like, what are you doing? And then she just goes totally at her. Like, Giselle, are you that mad? Are you that angry about the situation? Or are you still mad at Monique from last season for bringing on Sherman's ex-girlfriend? And basically, telling that story about Sherman and that whole situation. You still upset with her about that? Are you really upset with her just because she told Ashley that she feels like you guys ain't her friend or you don't like her? Because you can smile on my face, but if there's an energy coming off from you, I could tell if you like me, if you don't. And the way that you ran with that Katie situation, it felt like you really didn't like her. You still don't like her. And basically, you could have talked to her one-on-one, but you did it in front of everybody. You created a moment and at Robyn's, event. And basically, this is a real event where she's trying to make some money. But it is what it is. Robyn knew what she was getting into. They all know what they're getting into when they get behind these cameras. And so Monique was like, can we just sit down? Could we just take a second? Could we relax? Can you get a tour of the house? Could you see what's going on before you started going at me? I was like, damn, I don't know if it's bad karma to be coming at a pregnant woman like that, but it is what it is. And so Ashley's sitting there smiling because she knows she threw Monique under the bus too as well. She threw her under the bus, and she knows Giselle was going to say something. And Ashley hoped that the ladies will jump on, Monique, because they won't bring up her situation, because she don't want to talk about Michael no more. She don't want to be asked whether she believed that he's gay, whether she knows about what's going on, or whether he wanted to get with Katie's husband and who husband he wanted to get fellatio on, or whatever the case may be, or talk about the cameraman. She don't want none of that mentioned. So right now the spotlight is on Monique, and Monique is taking it. She's doing what it is, and basically I was just like, okay, it is what it is. I know Chris would be upset if he was watching this. And so she's trying to say, Monique is trying to say basically, you know, what I observed, what I saw, what I seen, basically your action, your behavior seems like it's not really real. And Giselle was like, I was just trying to make up with you and be cool with you. So what are you talking about? And what are you talking about that, you know, you still, after all these years, you still got my name in your mouth. You still saying this and that. What else do I got to do to make you feel comfortable? And basically Giselle was like, you ain't gonna come up in here and hug me and act like we all good. And when you were talking about me, but it wasn't even bad what Ashley said. So Ashley tried to jump in and defend, you know, Monique or whatever the case might be. Like, you know, she was just observing. So, you know, Giselle was like, so did, you know, she say it in a bad way? She said it in a negative way. And Ashley said, you know, she said it in an observant way. Ashley did not want to put her neck out there for Monique at all, point blank, period. She didn't want, it seemed like Ashley, you know, she took the cookies and she hid them behind the box. And basically, Monique is about to get blamed for the cookies not being in the cookie jar anymore. And Ashley sitting there with her legs crossed like And then you got Karen. Karen's like, what the hell is this going on? Karen is like, Ashley, why do you feel a certain way that you gotta say something? Why you gotta run your mouth? Giselle was like, you still talking? You still got my name in your mouth? I don't appreciate it. Don't talk about me behind my back. And like, what? Like, no, I'm not even, but you know, Giselle did say that, you know, Monique act like she's perfect. Her and Chris act like they perfect. They got a perfect life. And you have, you know, Monique over here saying like, listen, it ain't like that. Karen is like, yo, why are you carrying a bone to Monique? Like, why do you feel... You know, Karen is like telling, you know, what's her name, Monique, like, why would you show text messages? Like, why would you show text messages? Like, that's wrong. That's dirty. And then you got, you know, Giselle talk about, I ain't gonna never text you. Monique was like, well, you don't text me anyway. And then she was like, Candice, and Giselle was like, I ain't gonna text you. Like, I would feel like anything I say to you ain't private. It's on display for public view. She was just throwing shots at Monique, trying to make Monique feel bad and look like, you know what, you shady. You even turning on your own friend. And that's that girl that had Joe back last season. And you sitting up next to Ashley when Ashley was driving, she was wearing you down. She had you crying. She had you in counseling and the whole nine, baby. And you know, Karen is like, what's going on, Monique? Like, yo, why are you being shady? So it is what it is. And basically Monique is just like, yo, listen, I don't feel like you got my back. I mean, she was like, I don't feel like you think I have anything going on just because I have money and I have wealth. And probably she should have said, because I have a husband too, you feel a certain way, so you think you can just pick on me and act like I don't exist, like I really have nothing going on in my life. I think Monique was trying to say, you think I'm boring because everything is all set in my life. I got a husband, I got my kids, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm out here hustling or struggling. I ain't gotta do nothing but stay in the house if I want to. But she does run, you know, some businesses too as well. She runs her fan page and she run her, you know, extension oil, you know, whatever the case may be, and she runs that blog, Not for Lazy Moms, or whatever the case may be, and she's about to do a podcast. We already know, you know, Giselle was shitting on her podcast. I was just like, what's going on? And so then she was like, you know, I don't think you guys care. You think everything's good for me. And Ashley just basically is sitting quiet and letting, you know, Monique, you know, deal with it. Maybe Ashley, Monique got something worked out where Monique is like, I'll take the blow, or whatever the case may be. And then and she was like, yo, I don't feel like you value anything about me. You think everything's perfect with me. Like, why? Like, I don't even know why you explaining yourself or whatever. You feel the way you feel because this is what you did. This is how you treat me. And this is how I feel. You don't have to say I'm observant. No, be real. I observed this. No, when you said this, and you did that to me, that's why I feel like you don't like me, because that Amazon comment, you said that I said that she looked like a slave, and I didn't say nothing about slave. I said Amazon or whatever the hell she said, and you blew that up and made a big situation out of that. And so you know, Monique could have defended herself much better. And so here comes Candice, and so basically, you know, Monique is trying to get at Candice like, what did you say? I didn't want Ashley in my house. Yes, Monique, you said that early in the episode. You told me you're going to stage your house after. You said it twice. You said, I'm going to stage my house after, you know, Ashley arrives, because you guys are outside talking. And then on top of that, you said you ain't gonna let her in your house either. You were talking negative about her situation with Michael, but you know, and it is what it is. You did say this, and now you're denying that you didn't say it. And then so there was like, and so, you know, Monique is like, why did you say anything? You know, Candice, did you tell these people that? Did you tell them that? I never said that. I didn't say that. So she's clearly lying, like they all do on these reality TV shows when they get caught. Like, we can't go back back to the last episode. You know what I'm saying? Like the cameras ain't gonna rewind and show us. And so, Candice was like, hold up, wait a minute, let's get this together. What about you showing my text message to Ashley? And you clearly don't like Ashley at all. She's not your cup of tea. I don't know what's going on between you and her. I don't know what you guys got worked out, what you guys got going on, but you do not like Ashley, and you don't. Especially all the shit that she did to you last season. You can forgive her, whatever, but the way that you or defending her, the way that you rolling with her like that, it's way too much. And then you're gonna turn around and show my text messages. Monique is feeling a certain type of way because she trusted Candice, because she trusted Candice, and Candice went back and told the evil person that she thinks Giselle is about what she said about Katie, and she was shocked that Candice would do that to her. But you're supposed to be the big sister. You can be mad at Candice, not tell her any more secrets, but you ain't got to show her what she texted you about Ashley, and you ain't got to say shit about her. You can just be the more adult in the situation, because it seems like you got more heat for Ashley than you had heat for. You got more heat for Candice than you got more heat for Ashley last season too, as well. Like it's like you really are really mad at Candice. I'm just like, damn, I thought you guys were cool, but I did a video about this on my Housewife Scoop playlist, and Candice and Monique are going back and forth at each other on IG. It is what it is. So I'm just like, I don't feel like, I don't feel like Monique actually, likes Ashley all that much like that. I think she don't trust her, but she rather have her on her side than against her. And it is what it is. But Ashley feels like Ashley excused the reason why she said anything and went back and told Giselle, because she was asked, why did you go back and tell Giselle? She was like, because they're both my friends and I wanted to bring them together. You just became friends with Monique. You was dissing Monique like it was nobody's business. You didn't want to be bothered with her at all. But since she reached out a olive branch to you about the situation you was going through, and then but you guys were still not cool. And all of a sudden, boom, you guys are ace spoon coons too as well. You're sharing texts, but maybe they gonna be ace spoon coons again. It is what it is. But it seems like it seems like she's really too pissed at Candice. Like, and even if she doesn't like Candice's behavior about talking about Michael or not liking Michael, or talking about his sexuality and him talking about, giving fellatio, she doesn't like that because, I think she feels like we're supposed to protect each other, because I could be my husband doing something and I don't want you ladies talking about him like that. Monique could feel that certain way too as well. But if that's the case, then why did she bring out Sherman and embarrass Sherman and have that story told about him picking up $5, holla holla? So it is what it is with the situation. None of them are right. They always do something to each other. So it is what it is with the situation. I was just like, damn, that quick, that fast. I know Candice is immature, but if you're gonna be her big sister and you're gonna take on that role, you can be like Candice. You don't even have to respond when she talks about Michael or she talks about Ashley. You could say like, listen, could you change the subject, because I don't want to talk about her, point blank, period. And you don't have to pick a side, but it's like, damn, you picked a side because you was pissed at Candice. So it is what it is. I was like, Candice was like, I ain't having it. This is fake. This is fugazi. I don't know what's going on with your situation, but you don't really like this lady. She probably feels sorry for her too, and she has compassion for her because Monique said, that she didn't want to kick somebody when they're down. Boy, she was being kicked like it was nobody's business last season. And Ashley was the main one doing the kicking and throwing the dirt and the mud, baby. So it is what it is. But she found forgiveness in her heart. Her disdain for Candice so much. And I don't know why she doesn't like. Is she jealous? I don't know if she's jealous of Candice because Candice is using, not using, she's living her life, even though she doesn't have a great wealthy husband and he got a bunch of kids everywhere, but she don't got no kids. And she can go here, she can go get there, she could do whatever she wants. She's not tied down. Then on top of that, she got her own bank, she got her own cheddar. She don't got to depend on no man for no money, because she look at her wedding and look at her trust fund. So I don't know what it is, but it just seems like she's going way too hard on Candice. And I know Candice is immature, but the way that you're caping for Ashley, you didn't even cape for Candice that much. I don't remember. You guys remind me. So, you know, Ashley was like, I just wanted you guys to be friends. Ashley trying to cover her tracks, you know, but she's trying to bring bits and pieces of the cookie and put it back in a jar. But she definitely did throw Monique under the bus, and Monique is fine with it, and because she doesn't care about Candice, because she was like, yes, I totally did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did show her the text. Like, she was, but she ain't gonna show him that she's sweating. Like Ashley, why you do that? Because she knew Ashley was gonna probably do that anyway, because she knows Ashley. So she just want to cut ties with Candice. It seems that the case may be. She's not feeling Candice at all. Candice was like, don't try to play the games. You don't even like this girl. Catch that. I was just like, yo. And so now the person that was supposed to be looking at the house, he done bounced, he done left out the house. He's upset. You know, there's fighting, there's carrying going on. The neighborhood's already bad and violent as it seems, and you got Karen out here getting proposition for some ganja or whatever the case may be, and we got, you know, Giselle over here starting all types of arguments and situations, and people are looking like, come on, this is ridiculous, you know. And you know, Robyn was like, these ladies are older, you guys are like in your 40s and up, and you doing all this, like, come on, like, relax, man. Like, she's pissed, she's upset. She's trying to calm everybody down and let them know everything's so good. I hope it's not bothering you. But yet, you know, they had a potential buyer in there, and it ain't what it is. You know, people are leaving like, come on, I ain't trying to buy a house that's already full with chaos, because then now that chaos is still in the house until you clean that chaos out of the house. That energy's bad, baby. So you know what? The staging is nice, everything's good, you know, but shit. And Robyn feels a certain type of way, so it's gonna go down next episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby.